Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live. It's Coach Quincy here. I am going to bring on my friend Rose here in a minute. So let's see. See if she requests to join or I'll request her. Yes. Let's see if it works. Hey, Rose.
How are
Here
you?
we go. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's
It, it,
beautiful here.
it's actually beautiful here in Massachusetts too. Yeah, you guys are in Maine, right? So
Yep, yep. And the leaves have just started to turn. So I don't know if they're starting in Massachusetts or not.
not really, not yet. A little bit more so than they typically do because of the drought we had, but no, we're still pretty green here. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, it won't be long. It won't be long.
they're probably about a month ahead of us.
Yeah,
So,
probably. And
yeah.
we're really up north, like near Canada. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll turn colors before you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So today you're joining me because we're going to talk about your skincare products and that kind of thing. So I know we have similar thoughts and values on like hormone balance and that kind of thing. I really work with women that have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So a lot of the things that come with PCOS is something like thyroid problems, fertility issues, insulin resistance, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So, of course, it's very important to like focus on what we're taking in, what we're eating, that kind of thing. But it's also really important to focus on what we put on our skin, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, why don't you introduce yourself and then just kind of tell us a little bit about the beauty counter products?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Rose, and just like Quincy, I am a nutrition and health coach, and I work mostly with women over 40 who are trying to balance their hormones and are dealing also with insulin resistance, a lot of thyroid issues too, extra weight, energy. Sleep, and it all kind of ties together. So, I always, and I'm also for the past 3 years, I've also been a brand advocate for a company called Beauty Counter. And I'll tell you a little bit about how I found them and who they are in a few minutes. But I always like to start by asking, did you know that the last time a major federal law was passed in the skincare industry was 1938?
Wow.
Incredible.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
most people don't. And imagine how many chemicals have been introduced into our world since
Yeah.
1938, right?
Yep.
And so the European Union has banned or restricted over 1,400 harmful chemicals. Canada has banned and restricted over 600. Here in
Wow.
the United States, do you want to take a guess?
Okay, that's a great question because I know it's really hard to stay healthy in this modern world. So I was just talking about that with a friend of mine. So I would guess we've banned maybe 20 to 40.
30. So that was good.
Okay.
Really good. Hi, Sam. Sam, feel free to, so one of my other Beauty Counter brand ambassadors is on here with us too. So feel free.
Awesome. Hi, Sam.
So we were just talking about the last time a federal law was passed, and
Wow.
in
Yeah.
the Union and Canada and here in the United States. So here's why we want to ban these chemicals, and especially related to hormone health. So jump in, Quincy, with anything else that I not say. So most people have heard of avoiding parabens and phthalates, and I feel like PFAS is also in the news all the time now, avoiding those chemicals, those forever chemicals, right? My big one that I always say to people is anytime you see fragrance on a label, if it just says the word fragrance, that is a loophole in the industry where they can actually put in, manufacturers can put in anything they want. So it can literally say no parabens, but they can put anything they want in the word fragrance. So you always want to, that's a really simple thing to,
Interesting. Okay, good. Good to know.
So all of those are endocrine disruptors, and a lot more
Right,
I can't pronounce. And they're a category of chemicals that alter the normal function of our hormones. They
right.
mimic hormones. Yes, Sam is saying fragrance is the new secondhand smoke. Very true.
Yes,
And so, it affects our hormones, it affects our immune system, our neurological systems, as well as reproductive health. And again, we always we put in our body, but we're not really thinking about what we put on our body. And
right.
what you can do to reduce that is reduce your plastic usage rather, especially plastic with BPA. You're just better off going with glass.
Yeah,
I've things even about the ones that say BPA free. I don't know about you if you
right.
do.
Yeah, yeah. I always get a little nervous when it comes to anything plastic and that kind of thing. And it's so hard because it's everything's packaged in plastic
Mm,
too. So hopefully we'll see a shift in that at some
right.
point. But we have to find an alternative packaging too, because something in tinfoil, that kind of thing can also be an endocrine disruptor. So it's
And even receipts. There's
yes,
BPA on
yes,
that we get, which is crazy. So always opt. I mean, you do what you can do, right? We're not looking
right,
for perfection here. We're just looking to limit. Um,
exactly.
we can't eliminate them; they're everywhere, but we want to
Hmm.
reduce where we can. And you want to do that by switching to cleaner beauty products, to safer sunscreen, to safer cleaning, household cleaning products. And like I said, the big one is just avoiding that word fragrance is huge. Um,
Yes.
one of the ways you can test your product so you don't have to feel like you can just throw everything away is to download an app. The Environmental Working Group has an app, the EWG Healthy Living app, and you can put your product in and it will score it for you and it will tell you
Oh,
what level is. I personally don't want anything above a 3. That's just my own personal preference. But it'll tell you why if it's higher than a 3, and some of them will be like 3, but then or 4, and you'll look at why, and it's usually fragrance because they
mm-hmm.
tell you what's in there. So if it has the word fragrance, it's going to rate high. The reason
Gotcha.
I found Beauty Counter was because I actually have celiac disease. That is part of my journey of becoming a health coach. And I was told that I figured out anyway, I wasn't told, it was nothing. My doctors told me that I needed gluten-free lip products. And when you think
Yeah,
about it, it totally makes sense, right? But who would have thought there was gluten in our lip products, right?
right, right. And it's the same with also because I've had some patients with celiac
Mhm.
that certain like toothpaste, you have to watch out for too. So a lot of times, like I've had patients that, use your normal like Colgate or something like that, and
Right.
then they end up having a ton of sores in their mouth. And
Oh,
that has a lot to do with their celiac disease as well.
yeah,
So do you
yeah,
find that if you use something, a product or facial product, do you tend to get like any kind of rash or swelling or anything like that
do.
when you do?
I'm even sensitive. And I want to point out, good, thank you, Sam. Sam is telling me that EWG recently changed to letters. So now they're going alphabetically instead of numbers. That must be fairly new.
Okay.
Your C is what you want it to be. Um,
Thanks. Okay.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
I do. So, and I even found for me, and again, the reason I found Beauty Counter is because I was using things that were supposed to be like really natural.
Hmm.
Story about I bought this eye cream and I was so proud of it, and it had like beautiful natural ingredients, and I was getting ready to go on a weekend away for our anniversary with my husband and I broke out in this red rash like a
Oh no.
so, that's the thing about just, yeah, greenwashing, which is when people tell you that something's natural, but it isn't. But in this case, it was really natural, but it was almost too natural. I think I bought it at like a farmer's market or something. And not to say there's
Okay.
wrong with everything you buy at a farmer's market.
Right.
I prefer a nice blend of science and safer. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So that's why
Yes.
So I became a brand advocate because I just love their mission, and they're an innovative company that focuses on education, which is what really drew me to it as a former teacher and now a health coach,
Yeah.
and advocacy, and by providing solutions through safer skincare and makeup that actually works.
Mhm.
Counter bans 1,800 chemicals, and we talked at the beginning how that is actually even more than the European Union. So
Wow.
that's how I found it. So if you want to take a look, there's lots of skincare lines, and I can definitely help you with something that's just right for your skin. But if you want to just take a look at the website, I'm going to send Quincy a link, and she can
Yeah.
maybe put it in her stories. And I'm going to send her a discount code that's 30% off. That's good just through this Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if there's anything
That's
you want to try. And, people always ask me what to switch first. And there's two schools of thought. One is, and this is actually my personal thought, switch what you run out of first. Unless you're
mhm.
in throw everything out, but I say don't throw the baby out with bathwater. Switch one thing at a time. Focus on things that either you inhale, like any kind of a mist, or like looking maybe for a safer hairspray, and also things that sit on your skin the longest. So, for example, I would look for a face cream,
Mhm.
or I switched out a shampoo. I would look
Gotcha.
at a tinted moisturizer or a foundation, before you switch out your face wash.
Sure.
So you're looking for like an order to switch things out. You want the thing that lasts, that stays on your skin the longest. Yes, and cleaning products. We talked about that a little bit, I think, Sam, before you jumped on, and just inhaling that scent.
Right.
I personally use, I like Branch Basics. I like Seventh Generation for cleaning products. What do you use for cleaning? Something different, or
Yeah, no, I've used the seventh generation and also um the Mrs. Myers, I think, is another one I've used.
yep.
Um,
Mrs. Myers is a one that is a big one to look out for greenwashing with, because they advertise themselves as natural, but look at those ingredients.
yeah,
Most of them have fragrance.
yeah, and they definitely do because they smell really nice.
They
So
smell really nice. Yeah,
the nicer it smells, the more you know you probably
yeah.
have chemicals in
Yeah.
there. So,
I use a brand for most of my cleaning products called Branch Basics, and it just comes as like a big concentrate.
mhm.
Um, and I think I have a discount code if in my bio, and a link in my bio if you want to look there. But what I do is I just drop in, like with my everyday cleaner, I throw in a few drops of essential oil because I like it to
Yeah,
smell good. I mean,
yeah,
right? So that's a little
right.
little hack
A little
for
trick. Yeah.
Branch Basics is a really good one. Like I said, I really like most of the seventh generation ones are good, and you can pick those up like at Target. So
Mhm.
that's a clean brand for cleaners as well.
Yeah. I just watched, or maybe it was a reel or something, or a meme, but another good option for like cleaning countertops and stuff is actually soaking orange peels in vinegar,
Hmm.
letting it sit there for 2 weeks, and then just taking the liquid part into a spray bottle. So you have like natural fragrance from the orange, but then you have kind of that natural cleaning too, solution from the vinegar. So if you
Sure.
want to make your own like little home hack,
Mhm.
that's an
Yeah,
option too.
it's really good. And actually, she uses natural fragrance, and it smells nice. Is Annie's Pure and Simple, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And is
and
that something?
Sam, if you want to know more about the industry, first of all, you can reach out to me, and I would be happy to talk to anybody about it. But also, HBO Max has a series that's out called Not So Pretty. I believe that it is a 4 or 5 part series, and it's amazing. It's really eye-opening.
Yeah, and it probably goes over everything from chemicals and
Hmm.
everything we use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 4 parts. It talks a lot about. There's one part that's just on nail salons,
Mm. Yeah.
different nail products. That's also something that I use a system that is safer for nail. There's a few out there. The one that
Yeah.
I called Dazzle Dry. Some salons have it. I do it myself, but yeah, there's a few safer ones out there for
That's a
nails
good
too.
point.
It works.
Yeah. Things that we want to do to look pretty and everything, but it can have effect. So we're just trying to kind of like doing small changes can make it very impactful for like your overall health. So, hair, like facial skincare and makeup, or do they also have like products for your hair, for cleaning, that kind of thing?
Not cleaning. So
Okay.
there's a whole lot of body products.
Hmm.
There is skincare, makeup, and there's a shampoo and a conditioner too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I've actually also seen Doctors for Fertility. There was one of the doctors on there that is also like an advocate or sells the beauty counter as well because she's a huge advocate for clean products and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's good. We're making small changes, I think.
We are. And I feel like, there's more and more cleaner brands coming into stores. I noticed, so I use a hair care line called InnerSense, which is a cleaner hair care line. I just noticed that it's supposed to be going into Ulta, which is great.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
seen it there yet, but
Good. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
small
we're making
changes.
small
Okay.
changes. So it is kind of infuriating that we assume what's on our shelves is safe, but it's not. And, just think about the sunscreen recalls that we've had
I
recently, right?
know. Yep.
And so those are the companies that have decided to pull those because they have found that they were contaminated through cross-contamination with benzene. And the FDA
Right.
does not have the authority to do that, to say you need to pull it. It's up to the individual companies to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of scary. So a lot of those big name companies, and it's tough too, right? Because we go to our grocery stores or our Walgreens and that kind of thing, and a lot of those products are on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So it is tough. So hopefully, in the next number of years, we'll start to see some of these sort of cleaner ingredient products on the shelves.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why advocacy is such a big part of Beauty Counter's mission.
yeah,
Washington, they lobby for safer laws, and the tagline, and it's not just a tagline, is safer products into the hands of everyone.
yeah,
And and that's the hope that our kids and our grandchildren can just walk into CVS and
yeah,
not look at that label and say, is there fragrance? Is this safe?
yes,
Able to actually find something at CVS that would be
right,
considered safe. And
yes,
no one should have to carry a list of 1,800 ingredients around that they should avoid, or even the
yeah,
14 that the European Union bans that we don't.
right. And a
Yeah,
lot of the times they add these chemicals in for preservation, for preservatives, so that the last shelf life lasts longer,
right. There
etc.
are safer ways. And that's why I like
Yeah,
beauty so much, because that's what they do. They're a great mix of science and safe. Um,
right.
they don't claim to be natural. There are chemicals in there. I mean, water's a chemical, right? But there are chemicals in there, but you will never see the word fragrance. If something is scented with lemon, you're going to see lemon oil listed
Hmm.
in the ingredients, and that's what you want to see in most of your ingredients. And like I said, the reason that I got involved with Beauty Counter was because I was so impressed with their products and with their mission.
Yeah,
And to be quite honest, I didn't want to have to do the research. If
yeah,
I buy something from them, I know that it's safe.
yeah, yeah. And it works too. So
And
it
yes,
works.
yeah,
Because I know you had given me a few samples, and I have like the cleanser. And honestly, probably within the first day, one of the things I noticed, because I did the cleanser, toner, and moisturizer like the first night. And I tend to have like larger pores in my skin. That's something, I mean, just genetics. My dad has it too. But one of the things I did notice like right away in the morning was like, wow, my skin looks smoother and
hmm
my pores look less, open. Like, not that that's a bad thing, but it looked more natural, looked good.
yeah, it really,
So,
really does work. I mean, when
yeah,
I switched to their anti-aging line when it was newer, when I first became a consultant, I saw results right away. And people said to me, like, what are you doing to your skin? No.
yeah,
I
yeah,
and I didn't see it. That is one regret that I have, is not taking before and after pictures, because it was a significant difference when I look back now on older pictures.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
it really does work, which is so nice to find something safe that actually works. And they keep coming out with new and innovative products. Their holiday line is launching soon with some really, really cool things. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And like, so when you started using the anti-aging line, because I think a lot of women, including myself, because I'm mid upper 30s now, and so I'm starting to see that aging happening. It's just, I spent most of my 20s not really caring and being out in the sun a lot. And so I definitely feel and see like a lot of aging on my skin. So when you started the anti-aging line, did you use all the products? Because it comes with like
Yeah,
serums and
exactly.
moisturizer, cleaner.
hmm
Yeah.
So most skincare, I'm not an esthetician, but I've learned things along the way. And two things that I've learned. One is that every good skincare routine has 4 steps: cleanser, toner, a serum, which is like where the magic happens, and a moist.
Hmm.
And I definitely wasn't doing that. So that's something that I've learned, and you know, I've really made progress with that. So that's
Yeah.
part of the results. The other thing that I have learned from one of the estheticians on my larger team is that anti-aging process kicks in right around 25. So really, anytime after 25, you can start to use an anti-aging line.
Yeah.
Um, and then you're not working backwards. You're not,
Right.
oh, let's get rid of these lines. Like, you want to kind of target them before they happen. So you're
Right.
not probably too young to use that line. Some
Right.
people just, it might be a little bit too much moisture for them. I personally switch out seasonally. My skin is combination. Again, I'm happy to answer any questions. There's actually a skincare survey in my bio if you're really not sure, but reach
Yeah.
out. Love to figure it out. And like I said, I'm not an expert, but I have people that I can ask if we have any questions. So
Right.
that's what I do.
Yeah. That's really great because I know a lot of women that suffer from PCOS. And I had this issue for a little bit when I was a teenager, but definitely having acne.
Mhm.
That's a big symptom of having PCOS. So having acne breakouts, having those cystic, uh, you know, pimples and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, a lot of women do ask for skin recommendations, and so everyone has their own opinion, etc. But it is good. One, it's good to focus on internally what is happening that is causing this acne flare up. So that's kind of the first thing I focus on with my clients. But secondly, what are you putting on your face, right? Because a lot of products that are out there for acne, for example, dry out your skin, which actually can make it worse, right?
Yeah.
So it's stripping the oils, and that is actually worse for someone who has a lot of acne and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I find that, yeah, there's 2 types of acne, and most people are not giving their skin enough moisture, no matter what their age.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So,
it's
so
true.
listen up, ladies. If
Yeah,
you are young, start
great.
now.
Yeah, I'm going to send you that link, and I'm
Yeah.
going to send you that code, and you can put it in wherever your stories or your bio. And yeah,
Yes.
the code will be good through Friday for 30% off. So then it goes back to 20% off for first time customers. So if you know you want to try something, you're ready to switch something out, and you've just been waiting for the reason, right? To know
Right.
to switch it. This is the time. Pick, like I said, just pick one thing,
Right.
and everything will make a difference. And yeah, that's good till Friday. So yeah, just
Awesome. Awesome. And then Rose, where can people find you on
yeah,
Instagram? Yeah.
yes. Find me at Cleaner Life with Rose.
Cleaner Life with Rose. Awesome. And I will link the discount code below. And then also I'll also link what we talked about, that app that people can look at for their
Yeah.
products and stuff like that.
Well, yep. Sounds
Awesome.
all right.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was great talking with you and chatting.
Great to talk to you too.
Yes. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.